Welcome to Good Vibes TV. I'm your host, Leslie Klein, here to explore all the ways you can raise your vibration so you can thrive. My guest today is Thomesa Lydon. She calls herself the recycled teenager. She's a realtor, speaker, and author who's living the good vibes lifestyle by having fun until she's done. Coming to us from Scottsdale, Arizona, here is Thomesa Lydon. Thomesa, welcome.
Hi, thanks.
You're a real estate advisor to seniors. You're Arizona's only charitable real estate specialist. You're a best-selling author. But one of the things that you've also described yourself is as a recycled teenager, keeping it fun till you're done. So explain that to us.
It's just because I don't like the word senior or elder. And from the time I became a senior, which I think is about the 55 and up bracket, I'm now 69 years old, but for all those years I was going, there's gotta be a better word to call us. It just felt, frumpy and just didn't feel good. So there was a day, just like a light bulb went off, and there is a musical group in England that goes by recycled teenagers. And so I put a hyphen in mine and I call myself a recycled teenager. Their music is my baby boomer music. And I feel like I really still feel 18 inside. This body may be 69 years old, but I mentally set my mind to quit aging at 18. And so I'm just a recycled teenager. So that's kind of my description of me.
I'm 59, so I'm about 10 years behind you. But yeah, when you hit that 50 mark, that's when you start thinking about age. Things start feeling different. Things start sagging. Wrinkles start showing up. Or at least that was my experience. Did you also have the same when you noticed things changing as you got older?
Oh, things change daily, and I just try to look past them and go, hey, this too shall pass, because something else will happen. So, good or bad, but this too shall pass. I don't do anything for I'm gonna try to look younger by fixing, Botoxing or facelifting or anything like that. I've always said what you see is what you get. If you don't like it, just keep walking. But I don't do blood or needles, so I'm just going to age like I age, and I got to do the best I can with what I got, because things happen daily as you get older. About 50 years old, you really notice some major changes in skin and tone and everything.
What got you interested in taking care of your health better?
I have never, ever wanted to exercise. That's never been one of my little things of hobby, habit, anything like that. I just didn't like exercise. My mother had written 3 cookbooks, and my mom was a great Southern cook, so you can imagine butter, ooey gooey, sugar, and all the good stuff that you can imagine of Southern home cooking with all that grease. And we ate great. I loved how I ate. I loved the menu I was on. My folks were feeling the pains and agonies of, I think, eating not so healthy. My dad had heart trouble. He was diabetic. He had COPD, he had some kidney disorder, and from age 46, he had his first massive heart attack. And I kind of thought we were going to be changing our food plan along the way there, or they would be changing it, but my mom didn't change anything, and they just lived accordingly and moved along with all the good foods. When my mom was diagnosed at the age of 70, which I will be next year, or this year, actually in August, I realized that some of the reasons or the culprits to Alzheimer's, although they don't know what causes it, just in my armchair doctorate's degree that I earned watching and going through that with her for 14 years, I realized that stress and trauma, diet, which is mostly contains sugar, the diet that contains sugar, and lack of exercise could contribute heavily towards that disease. And those were things I felt like I could control. Now, whatever the main reasons are genetically, or what is, the genes that are in our body or what have you, I don't know. But if those three things were apparent to me and there was something I could control, why shouldn't I control it? And it did take me until I was 67 years old to make that decision to try to control it. And at age 67, in November, in fact, of when I was at 67 years old, just a couple of years ago, I decided to start exercising. So this is a new trend for me, but I can't tell you how great I feel, how refreshing it is, how mentally, physically, and emotionally I feel about me as a result of doing the best I can for my body, my brain, and my health.
That's very inspirational. So, did you not change your eating habits until just 2 years ago?
Correct.
Wow.
I literally I'm not a big meat eater, so I didn't eat a lot of protein. I didn't do smoothies or shakes or powders or anything like that. I literally ate a lot of fried foods. I love chips and salsa. I love Mexican food. I love anything ooey gooey. And yeah, make a pie. I'm single, so when I make a pie, I have to eat the whole thing, and I can do that in a couple of days. So no, I did not change my diet until 2 years ago, when how I came across what I do now, it was quite by a fluke. I get a facial once a month. That's my anti-aging process, if you will. And as I was laid out getting my facial, my gal said my stomach was growling, just horribly loud, and I just kept apologizing for, I'm so sorry I'm making all this noise. And she said, just don't worry about it. When you leave here, go downstairs and get a protein shake. It will fill you up. You'll love it. It tastes great. And I'm thinking, ew, protein shake, I can't even imagine. And I just was like, oh. But 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I leave her office, and I'm thinking, I have no makeup on. That's something that's against my comfort zone, to go walking into public places without makeup on. But I did it. I walked into this place called Nutrition Head to Toe. They make protein shakes, and I sat. Well, the place was packed. I figured 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe it was empty and I wouldn't have to see anybody with no makeup, but it was packed with people. And they were very friendly people. They were making room for me at the bar. They were talking and saying hello and welcome. And I was like, wow, what a friendly place. So I ordered a protein shake. The gal behind the bar was the wife owner. Her and her husband own Nutrition Head to Toe. And she started talking about nutrition. I'm like, well, I don't know anything about it. So we talked about what I eat. And she goes, where's your protein and what you eat? And I'm like, I don't know. So she said, why don't you enjoy the shake? And oh my God, it was so good. I could not believe it was protein shake. Turns out it's Herbalife. And I said to her, Herbalife is that was around 40 years ago. It's still around. And she said, yeah, 43 years now they've been around. So that was a shock to me, but it's the best shake I've ever had. And I love them to this day. So I started taking protein shakes and listening to her about what kind of food to intake. And mostly I needed to add some chicken and meat. So I did. And they invited me to come out the next morning and exercise with them at 7 o'clock every morning. They, as a group, whoever wants to come shows up, and it's all outside. And if I wanted to come join them, I was welcome. It was free. And I thought, I don't exercise either, so I won't be there. But I spent quite a bit of time that afternoon hanging out at the shake place and enjoying the friendly community of positive-minded people. And I thought the next morning I woke up and I thought, why wouldn't I go? So embarrassed as I was, I didn't have any workout clothes. I just had some old sweats and some marine shirts that my son had given me. And I went, and gosh, I was surprised that I didn't know anything about working out. Sit-ups, I couldn't get my shoulders off the ground. Push-ups, I couldn't get, I had to do them off of a wall, standing. And I didn't realize I had no physical ability going at all. So they kind of nurtured me through learning how to do things properly. And I've been going there ever since and working out, and they've just progressed and advanced me in knowledge of nutrition and fueling my body, and how to maintain and work in a healthy manner and a safe manner as far as exercising goes. So I've been having a blast doing it, and it's all ages. Of course, I am the oldest one there, but it's all ages, come and go, and it's every single day. So I've enjoyed it.
So you're exercising every single day?
6 days a week, I do. Yes. It's about 24 to 30 minutes of working out. It's all just the old school isometrics and calisthenics, and we're not a gym. It's not a gym. We don't have a lot of equipment. We have some bands that we work with, but it's just the old school workout, and it's great. I really do enjoy it.
The 67-year Thomesa versus the 69-year-old Thomesa. What's the difference in your energy, in your attitude, all of it?
Every bit of it has increased and improved by 100%. And I will say I was high energy anyway. I'm pretty positive individual, but I cannot tell you how much increased that has become as a result of the endorphins, the adrenaline, the camaraderie, just the fact you get out and about, and we're doing this outside, and it's the energy of other people that are, I say like-minded, because we have this positive disposition that we just feel good about what we're doing for ourselves, and everybody's encouraging. And again, as old as I am, the 18-year-olds or the 16-year-olds that might be there, they were just, atta girl, go. It wasn't anything I felt intimidated by anyone there. And my mindset, my brain fog that I felt was really starting to bother me a little bit, especially in the back of my mind with knowing my mom had Alzheimer's and what are my options for that. Brain fog seems to have disappeared. I can't speak highly enough for how I feel now. Recycled teenager was a word I used, or a phrase I used a few years ago anyway, but now I really feel like one of those. I feel like a teenager, not necessarily recycled.
There you go. Wow. So now recently you actually did something with your new body. Tell us what it was.
My goodness, this is something I did not share with anybody until February 20th. My coach, who is the wife of the gal that owns the Nutrition Head to Toe, her and her husband, her and her husband lead the classes, the exercise classes, and she had posted, she'd asked me to be in a bikini contest, which I laughed and laughed and laughed. And every time the word or the phrase was brought up, I would laugh. And anyway, I did decide last November 1st, I began training for a bikini contest. And I didn't tell anybody about it until February 20th, a week ago Monday. She posted a photo on Facebook of me and the gal in our group that's entered this contest. And it's the first exposure that had been released. I hadn't even told my sons yet, because I was a little worried about how they would feel about it being, boys. And oh my God, what is my mom up to? Because she posted a photo, I thought, okay, I have to open, the conversation. And so I posted a little video on my Facebook page and let the cat out of the bag, because every time I had thought about it and thought I would tell somebody, I just would start laughing, because it just felt like, who does that at 69 years old? I was never.
Thomesa Lydon does.
Yeah, Thomesa Lydon did. I was never one to be, I'm not a sunbather. I'm not a beach water person. I don't hang. I didn't own a bathing suit. So to me, to get in a bikini was a little extreme. But I just went whole hog into the nutrition. And 80% of what you see in your physical is your nutrition, what you put in your body. 20% of it is the physical training. So the nutrition was huge for me. And I mean, since November 1st, up until the contest was February 25th, a couple days ago. I literally ate more protein in that short time than I probably had in my lifetime. I measured 6 ounces of protein, meat, fish, what have you, a cup of carbs, a cup of vegetables, and I literally ate about every hour and a half to 2 hours, mostly every hour and a half, all day long. And so there's no hunger to it. It was just inputting good stuff and fuel that my body needed to use for building muscle and getting the best I could out of the exercise that I was putting forth. And I was simply amazed. I was shocked at what this body was capable of.
Right. Well, we're going to take a short break right now, but when we come back, I'm going to show the picture and we're going to watch some videos and relive. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Good Vibes TV. I'm Leslie Klein, your host, here today with Thomesa Lydon. She, at age 67, started exercising and changing her nutrition. 2 years later, at 69, she decides to enter a bikini contest. It was really a bodybuilding contest, though, wasn't it?
The organization is called Organization of Competition Bodies, OCB. And yes, there's more body definition. They had figure, they had physique, they had bikini, then they had wellness, and I entered bikini.
Okay, drum roll please. Here's the picture. Now this is before your tan.
Yeah.
Look at that body.
Bright white.
You look great. You look wonderful. Did you always have a physique like that, or is this something really new?
Oh, this is new. I've been thin. I've had, at one time in my life, I had to lose 60 pounds. It wasn't from being pregnant or anything, but I had to lose 60 pounds. And then just before I started working out with this group, when I was age 67, I had about 26 pounds I had to lose. So I lost that pretty rapidly, just from the physical changes in movement and my nutrition that I was intaking. But slender I've been most of my life. But as you get older, as you said earlier, things start to expand and we kind of get it all around the middle, and things drop, and it's a little battle that there's a little secret to it: nutrition and exercise.
Right. Yeah, because we lose the muscle mass, or protein goes down with age. That's just part of it. So making sure you get that protein is so important, and building those muscles and keeping them toned.
Right. That was amazing to me that muscles of this age could like really solidify and have definition. And I have some pretty good guns, and my
Yeah.
back looks pretty darn good. So I'm pretty excited about it, actually.
Yeah, we actually have a clip from the competition, so let me pull that up.
Oh, this was my tea walk where I got to select my music and do my one stage, individual stage presentation.
So this was your tea walk?
My tea walk, yes.
What were you thinking when you went on stage? Was it?
You know, this was at the tail end of it all, and I thought, you know what? I've gone this far. I'm just going to go have fun. My philosophy, my motto in life is keeping it fun till I'm done, and this was kind of at the tail end of the day, and I went, just go out there and enjoy it. I had the music Sexual Healing by Marvin Gaye going, and it just, it just soothed my soul. So I did my little 1 minute little strut, and that was my last time on stage, and it was, I had a good time. I really did have a good time doing it. So who knew?
Love that last pose that you did.
So this was a 35 and up category. When I joined or decided to do this, they had a 50 plus category, and I thought if they had a 60 plus category, I would definitely sign up. But the 50 plus, I went, I might be able to hold my own in that. I'll do it. So I signed up. But then they collapsed the 50 plus, and it was only 35 plus. So I was competing with 35-year-olds, and I'm like, how is that a competition? They're half my age. Lots of things change between 35 and 69.
Yes.
So I was a little bothered, and then my thought was, now I can just go have fun, because I'm not really that concerned about winning or competing against people my age. I guess it seemed easier to go compete with 35-year-olds, because it was like, hey, this is just for fun now. Although in my head I'm like, yeah, I want to win. But yeah, I was 21 years older than the main group. The gal that in my group of workout folks at Nutrition Head to Toe in our fit camp that did this with me, she's 61. So she was 61, I'm 69, and the closest to us, the gal had just turned 40. But one gal had just turned 40. Most of them were 35, 36-year-olds.
What was the support like from the group? Did you feel fun? Did you feel funny because you were the oldest one, or were they welcoming?
I wasn't sure how that was going to go, because I thought if I were the 35-year-old, well, basically all ages were there, 16 to 69, and in fact a high school senior, I think she was age 17, won the overall, which I could guess that would happen. But I was thinking, if I saw someone my age come in a bikini to try to compete, would I laugh at them? What would I think? I couldn't imagine. And I can't tell you how much support I got. I got so many competitors that would just come up and go, wow, you look great. And they never did say, for your age, which I will tell your viewers, especially guys, don't add that to any kind of compliment. But no one said anything. And then if they did say anything, later they'd go, and I do know how old you are, but you look great. And they were so warm and inviting and just friendly. I think it was inspirational to them as well, to think that they don't have a window, they can just keep going. So I think I have to say they were just very gracious, very accepting, and I kind of felt a lot more comfortable as a result of that. And then when I did check in, I asked if they knew the oldest person there, and the gal checking me in, she said, well, aren't you 69? And I said, yes. And she goes, well, you're oldest by far. I thought,
you're breaking records. You're breaking records, Thomesa.
That was my win. I was the oldest one there, and I got up there, I did it, and I didn't embarrass myself, I don't think. I don't know if I embarrassed my boys, but I hope not.
Oh, no. I think everyone that knows you are just proud of you, inspired to, just get physical and start eating right and really, do that self-love, take care of the body that we have, because that'll determine how long you're going to be around and the quality of your life.
Well, when you say that, just the self-love, I have to say, I love myself more today than I did last Friday or last Saturday. And I think it's just a result of accomplishing something you set out to do, that instead of going, I can't do this, because if you think you can't, you can't. But if you go with a new mindset and just say, this is something I'm going to go achieve. Now, it wasn't something on my bucket list. I've never, ever, ever thought of a pageant, a show, anything like that, competing body-wise. And I just felt like, wow, I put something out there. I committed to it. I followed through. And the results were huge for me, mentally, physically, and just emotionally. I feel so much more confident and secure in me than I worried about anybody else feeling about me, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So are you still riding that wave of adrenaline and accomplishment since then? Because that was last Saturday, right?
I really am. The adrenaline has not subsided yet, and I'm surprised by that. When I first, the first few days before the competition, or the last few days of training before the competition, I was wondering what makes people continue to do this, because I know people now that are in it, that were in it or have been in competitions, and they do it over and over and over again, and I'm like, why? What possesses you, or what is the addiction to what this is? Because it was a lot of hard work. I won't deny it. It was structured, hard work, consistency that paid off. But what's the addiction to it? And after experiencing it, it's, gosh, you feel so good about you. And that's kind of what is wrong out there in society. Everybody doesn't feel good about themselves, and they're, bad mouthing others as maybe a result of, what they see, their inadequacies they find in others. And I'm like, wow, we should all do this at least once, just to go, I'm good. I'm all right. I've got a lot to offer, and just go for it. So would I do another one? I don't know. The whole time I was training for this, I said, this is one and done. This is one and done. I don't know that I wouldn't do another one. I would do one sooner than I would later, because it's like, why give up what you've already earned here and, let it lag and have to maybe start over. But I'm going to keep up doing what I'm doing. And I did go out for Mexican food the night after the show, because I had given up my chips and salsa and my lard and beans and that kind of thing. So I did go out for that, but I tell you, I couldn't eat near what I was accustomed to eating, and it didn't feel that good in my stomach. So my body has adapted, or, gotten used to good, healthy, clean food. And I'm going to continue to honor that.
Well, you'll continue to do your regular exercise and keeping the nutrition. It took you about, 4 months of the hard training to prep for the competition?
Yes, four solid months. Yeah, measuring food to me was like, wow, this is outside my comfort zone. Most all of this was outside my comfort zone, to tell you the truth. But I crashed the ceiling of that comfort zone on Saturday, and yeah, my adrenaline is still pumping pretty good.
Now, where did you rank in the competition?
I don't know my rank. I don't know my rank. I know I didn't place in the final 5 or the top 5. And I'm not disappointed in that. I would have loved to be standing next to a 35-year-old. I will tell you that, as first, second, or third, or fourth place. But I I am waiting for some feedback. We were given the emails of the judges to send a request for feedback of where we ranked with them and what they felt like our pluses and minuses were. So yeah, I didn't hit the top 5, but to me, I won because I did it, and it was way, way outside my comfort zone. So if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Well, congratulations. I mean, really, it's been an inspiration to watch how amazing, is that you did this. Somebody was giving you feedback that they said that your back was like the best.
I did get feedback from competitors that said, you have the best back in this competition. And I do a lot. We do a lot of, push-ups and curls and kinds of things like that with some bands. And my back muscles I wish there was more of it up here, but it's all in the back. But yeah, I was complimented on my back several times by quite a few of the competitors. And, they were some young ones. I think the gal overall that won overall, that was a high school senior, and gave me one of the compliments about my back. So that made me feel pretty good.
Yeah, that's cool. And did you also get a lot more phone calls?
Phone calls or fun calls?
Phone calls.
Oh, I got quite a few contacts from people. Mainly they saw it on Facebook. So there's some older friends I haven't talked to in a long time. I got phone calls, I got messages. I probably have had more comments from all of this than years of social media posting. And it's been a lot of fun to read some of the results and some of the comments. But I did get some coffee dates.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, I think I got 6 DMs for coffee dates. So yeah, we'll see. Who knew this could be a dating platform, right?
Right. All right, Thomesa. Well, we're going to take another short break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about how people can work with you regarding your real estate and advice for seniors. You've also written a book, so when we come back, we're going to talk about those things.
Okay.
Welcome back to Good Vibes TV. We've been talking with Thomesa Lydon. She is a realtor, she is a speaker, she is an author, but she's also a bikini contest competitor at age 69. Welcome back, Thomesa. Now, your actual profession is being a realtor, and which we didn't talk about earlier because we were so caught up into the bikini competition. But you're Arizona's only charitable real estate specialist. Tell us about that and how you are a real estate advisor to seniors and how you got to get into that area of work.
Well, I have been a realtor out here in Arizona for 20 years, and probably the last 15 or 16 of those, I've been primarily working with seniors, advising them in that next living chapter of life. It started because of my own parents' crisis, if you will, and that is, as a baby boomer, my parents were never going to listen to us as their kids to say, hey, you need to do some things differently. You need to get in a safer home. You need to, just the facts, the figures, the environment, things need to change as they were getting older, especially with their health issues. So we would always say, you need a smaller home. They were in 3,800 square feet. They had lots of maintenance and yard maintenance and steps and uneven surfaces and that type of thing. And we're like, you guys just, we're interested and concerned about your safety and your health and your well-being. But parents from that generation and that age bracket always felt like, we're putting them out, trying to put them out to pasture, and it's none of our business, and we got this, and we're okay. And so we knew the writing was on the wall, but we kind of sat back, my sister and I, and just said, what will be, will be. And then we had the crisis, Dad had a car wreck. He was ill. My mom had Alzheimer's, couldn't be home alone. And it was like, oh my gosh. So I jumped a plane and I went to Texas. They lived in San Antonio. And I packed for 2 days to kind of, help get things back to normal. And I was there for 3 months and realized that there's so much that generation, baby boomers, parents, that kind of didn't take care of getting documents and powers of attorney, and they just didn't have financial advisors to help them through all this process. So when I came back to Arizona, I thought there's such a need for, we have an older demographic out here, and I thought there's such a need for someone to come in and help. Now, they may have kids my age or older or younger, what have you, but the adults weren't going to listen to the kids. So the rule of thumb is when the parents are in their 60s and the kids are in their adult kids are in their 40s, it's time to let the conversations begin about how the parents see themselves living the next chapter of life, because there's a lot of financial things to be concerned about and consider. There's all the legal documents you need in place before you need them, because if the crisis hits and they're not in place, your kids are out of luck as to be able to help you. And so I came up with this acronym. It's PLAN, P-L-A-N, is prepare in advance, get your facts, your figures, and your documents in order. L is for letting your family know what you want and how you see yourself living in the next 20, 30 years, because they're not mind readers. They don't know what you want, but they want the best for you. So help them out. And then A is acknowledging your safety concerns. There are uneven surfaces, there are throw rugs, there are cords and wires, there's stacks of stuff that can cause seniors to have falls, and falling is the number one accident in seniors. So it's trying to get all of the acknowledgement of those elements in place. So if you're in too large of a home that's not safe, then you need a smaller, more manageable space. Maybe you want to go into independent living or condo or assisted living if you have to, but you need to get some help around managing a strategy, a customized strategy for that. And Ian is just never give up that youthful heart and mind. It is it's a mindset. And I do know that people do have illnesses and health issues and concerns like that, but you have to keep a youthful heart and mind about the matters at hand, because it matters and there are matters to tend to. So I started doing senior move management in addition to my real estate. So I help people from consultation to close of escrow and everything in between. We sort, pack, discard, estate sale, find a new place, floor plan it for what stuff will fit. I used to be a designer for 12, 14 years. I had a design business. So I literally design their new space, unpack them, place it. They just get to start living in the new place. So the whole idea is to make it less stressful, reduce the overwhelm, and make it as simple and fun as it can be. And I outlined all that in my book, which is Smart Living for Seniors, How to Make the Best of the Rest. It tells my story. It has the acronym of PLAN. It tells why you need all of that. It gives you all the team of people that you need for this time in life. And what they used to say, it takes a village to raise a kid, but as you're getting at this other end of the spectrum, it takes a team. And that's together everyone achieves more, but you need financial advisors, you need elder law attorneys, you need care managers possibly, you need realtors that understand the aging senior move process, you need designers that can help you age in place. So I put the book together, and then I've done a lot of lunch and learns and talks around the valley that will help people realize that you can make this as difficult or as simple as possible. And we just want to keep it fun. I'm an Air Force brat. I can move around the block or around the world, and I like it. Not a lot of people like moving, and I find it just a great time to purge and cleanse and regroup. But there are people that have been in a home 15, 30 years, and I just go in there and help them get rid of the stuff that's not for the now. I mean, everyone has their story items, and I will always go through a home with someone and we'll go each room by room and find out what is the most important item in that room that they can take with them. And we make sure we can floor plan and fit everything in their new space. But I really do believe seniors, recycled teenagers, if you will, feel like if they're uprooted from all of that stuff in their home, that they're losing their freedom and their independence. But they're truly gaining it when they move to a less high maintenance piece of property or an environment, because now they have freedom to go enjoy their friends or go see their grandkids more often, or just quit wasting time and energy and money that's consumed in a large high maintenance home that's just sucking you dry, energy wise especially. So I just help them realize that we take your essence with you, your story goes with you no matter where you are. And once that move takes place, generally they're going, why didn't I do this months ago? Or years ago in some cases. So it does work out to their benefit. I have, since working with a lot of seniors, have realized that some of them don't have children or they don't have heirs, and they don't know what to do with some of their stuff and their finances as they move along to another plane. So I got involved with charitable giving. And as we all know, tax laws, well, maybe everyone doesn't know this, but in 1907, the tax books recorded the ability to get charitable tax deductions for giving real estate. So for over 100 years, giving of real estate or a portion thereof is very much a tax benefit that my client or the senior can donate to the profits or their proceeds to a nonprofit or a charity of their choice. Maybe they've been giving cash donations all their lives, and they can give more through donating a portion or all of a piece of real estate. So the average donation in real estate to a nonprofit is $550,000, and it's a win-win. It's heart-centered and philanthropic for the individual to give, and then it's very helpful to the charities to get such major donations. So I've been working in that for a while now, and coordinating all of that together to make it a win-win-win.
So if someone wants to work with you or learn more, would they go to lydonseniorpathways.com?
They can go to that website and click on to email me, or they can just call me, text me, what have you. 480-375-1974 is the number. So I'm a realtor that answers my phone all the time, and unless I'm with the client, you'll get me to pick up the phone, or I will call you back immediately. But I can help people from across the country in the charitable real estate giving, and also with finding the right realtor that's a senior move manager that knows and understands the process of how difficult it is at a later age in life to do a transition.
So your advice is plan ahead. Seniors should do it in their 60s, work with their 40 when their adult kids are in their 40s. And if they don't have heirs, there's some other options too.
There are a lot of options in the charitable. Even if they have heirs, a lot of times it's the charitable, they can donate their charity into a donor advised fund that will, then they're able to give some to charity, and then they can take some of the funds and buy life insurance for their heirs, so that their heirs don't have to worry about selling a piece of property. So there's a lot of options, and it's just, awareness and getting educated to the fact, what else can I do that's most beneficial to me, my kids, my legacy, and maybe helping nonprofits along the way. But tax breaks are huge.
Yes. I understand you have a free gift for our viewers.
Yes, if they would like a PDF copy of the book, if they would just text, and you have it on the screen, if they text the word SMART to the number they see there, 602-456-1976, they'll get a free PDF copy of the book, and they can just read that. There are a few pictures that won't be in it, and it won't have the cover, but it's a PDF. They'll give you basically all the information that you need. And I would like to add one thing for your good vibes, if you don't mind me reading this out of the book. I believe that music, dance, and laughter are 3 keys to keeping vibration levels up and keeping people just your whole being feels better. So those 3 powerful elements could be the best antioxidants out there. So if I were to bottle or create a pill with those 3 items in it, I would say the warning on the bottle should read this: take at your own risk, avoid at your own peril. Guaranteed to create stylish energy with positive excitement, vigor, and joy. The flow of life energy will have one seeking new adventure with anticipation. The side effects puts the boom back in baby boomers. So I just feel like music, dance, and laughter, if you don't have those 3 in your repertoire or just some part of daily to rely on, you're missing the boat for the best life you can have easily, because you create that yourself. And it's just laugh is huge to me. If I can't keep it fun till I'm done, I don't know what I would do. But that's my whole motto in life. If it's not fun, I'm done, and I'm not done yet. So we don't know what I'll do next, right?
And I think you won't be done for a while longer.
Yay!
Because you're so much more healthy.
I'm telling you, I do feel good. I cannot express enough appreciation for Vince and Tanya Klein that taught me how to eat properly, nourished, and fill my body with the right stuff that does the right stuff.
You've got the right stuff. So I love that's why you're such a great example of a good vibe, as someone living a good vibes lifestyle. Laughter, exercise, what we eat, all those things affect our vibration. And when you're living in the higher vibrations of life, of joy, of fun, of love, of living in that zone, that's where you get the best life.
Right? You don't know until you try it. And we can just poo-poo it all the time and go, I'll get to that tomorrow. But give it a shot. To give it 3 days, give it 7 days. You will be glad you did, because when your vibration level is higher, there's no comparison to anything under the sun. There just isn't.
Oh, I did want to mention one thing too. You are coming out with a television show as well called The Best Is Yet to Come, Living in Prime Time, or you might be changing the name.
I might be changing the name. Keeping it fun till you're done seems to maybe win a little more precedent in my mind, especially since since the bikini contest. But nonetheless, the best is yet to come. And I know people look at this time in life as being doom and gloom, and it's not the last will and testament. It's not the end of anything. It's the next living chapter of life. And I just want more people to realize you don't have to start shutting down when you hit a certain age. You just have to keep looking and thinking positively, and again, laughing, bringing in music. Music is great therapy. And I learned, I've known that a long time, but I tell you, when my mom had Alzheimer's, music therapy for those with dementia and Alzheimer's is life-changing for the moment, for the while that they're listening to music, and for the loved ones that are watching that whole process. So the best is yet to come. It is, and we're living in prime time until we're gone. So, but keeping it fun till you're done may be the new title. I'm not positive, but it's coming soon.
Right? Awesome. It was great introducing you to the audience of Good Vibes TV. You're such a great example of someone that's, walking their talk and getting great results.
Thank you. It's been fun talking and chatting, and I appreciate you. Thanks, Leslie.
You're welcome. Thank you. And thank you, Good Vibes TV viewers, for watching. Go to our website, www.good-vibes.tv, to find out how you can communicate with us on social media. And remember, raise your vibe so you can thrive. Peace out, everybody.